a lot of people put a lot of emphasis on the execution. So people say to me all the time, oh my God, you're so brave. You moved from the country you love to North America to reinvent, to try whatever. Or maybe in your case, wow, what an achievement to do a film, numbers of films, but to do a film, like what an achievement. And I get that, and it's great. But the real courage comes when I was sitting in Ireland questioning my reality. People don't ask about that. And to sit there with my wife who's sitting outside this door, outside the studio, and to sit there and go, is this really it? Is this as good as it's going to be? Is there something out there for us that we have yet to find? What's possible for us? Is our greatest work yet to come? That was the courage. The execution was just the byproduct of that. Mm-hmm. People who have the courage to stop and ask themselves very simple, very fundamental questions without the need to just allow the answer to come. They're the most courageous people on earth.
It's interesting. I was just going back to two life events for me. One of them was, kind of the rock bottom of, my addiction and choosing to leave New York City. And one of them was choosing to leave banking. With both of them, I kind of finally saw with some clarity, what the hell are you doing? This is not working. And in a weird way, kind of gave myself the permission to go do something else, especially the change from banking. Yeah. I finally was like, what are you doing? You're not happy. This doesn't make any sense. And you don't have to live by this weird value system, which was my relationship with money, at the time. That finally was questioned and broken down, and I gave myself permission to just make this next move. But it took that kind of introspective moment to break that. Yeah. And that's tricky.
It is tricky. And I remember chatting to a lady one day, and I may have shared this the last time we chatted, I'm not sure, but this was a number of years ago. And I said to her, she was chatting about business and she was rambling on about business, and I can talk business. But I just sensed that it was like she was trying to control the conversation. And I just said to her, how's your relationship with your kids? She said, oh, it's amazing. I said, how do you know? And she was perplexed by the challenge, by the question, perplexed. And she actually got angry. She goes, are you questioning my kids? I know because they're my kids, it's my life. So, well, great, I'm just asking. That her energy told me a lot about, where it was at. And I said, so let's just discuss it for a few minutes and see how great it really is. And there are times where someone will discuss something, I go, cool, I apologize, nothing in it. My job is to challenge. And not just challenge for the sake of it, but challenge where I really feel you need to be challenged. And about 20 minutes later, she goes, it's not that great, is it? And I said, not really. But now she can do something about it.
Right.
But up to that point, it was everything's awesome. It's 100%, so there's no room for improvement. Is that relationship perfect now? No, but is it way better? Yes, because she did something about it. She was conscious about it. She took action about it. She had the conversations about it. She sat down with her kids and said, this relationship's not as good as I think it could be. Do you agree? And they both agreed. And then they could have conversations and change it.
What do they do if they don't have a Philip Mckernan in their life to come and call them on these things?
This is where I should say something like, oh, well, they have to come to my events or whatever. But I actually don't agree. I think that we can ask these questions. But I do believe, and I believe this on a personal level, not just a professional level, I do believe by having somebody external challenge us, I think we can go to different places. And I think to have somebody there that they trust, and somebody who's not necessarily a professional, but somebody that is disconnected from the outcome, emotionally, financially, physically, whatever. So it's not your cousin or your aunt or your brother, because no matter how good they are as a mentor or how good they are as a facilitator or a coach or just a person, they're still got your best interest and they're still connected emotionally to where they feel you should be. Yeah. And therefore they may not challenge you accordingly. So I do believe that we all need to get external support at some point. Okay. And if it's not available to you, just ask yourself the questions.